I went to get a coffee and I ran into Sandy and she told me that her and JR that they've already kissed. I'm sad. It's like we've had our issues moving into this and I get it and I've heard it, but I mean, I don't know how to process that at this point.
Part of me wants to be surprised, but then the other part of me is saying there's no need to be surprised, and there's no need to sort of empathize, because at the end of the day, Nick must have known who he was bringing to the experiment. If he's dated her for over 2 years, he should know who he's dating, and he should have known the risks that came with bringing her to the experiment. So I'm not surprised about the way she's moved. We all saw it, even at the table when she was chosen by, JR, and she chose JR. We all saw what was coming. And is anyone surprised that they chose one another? No. Let's be realistic. Let's be honest. No. Because we saw it coming. Everybody saw it coming. Even Stevie Wonder saw it coming, that they were going to move mad, and they have. So no surprises there. Hey there. Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button. Turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. And definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing The Ultimatum, Season 3, Episode 3. Really, really, really want to pretend to be surprised, but I'm not. I would be lying to say I'm surprised I'm not. Because at the end of the day, we all knew JR was going to think with his D. He wasn't going to think with his head. And so I'm not surprised that he went with Sandy. And Sandy is not surprised that, he picked her. Everyone at the table can tell that these people are about to go wild in this experiment. Because at the end of the day, they have decided to explore their sexual fantasies instead of their sort of physical and mental growth, as far as I'm concerned. So Nick is upset because he can't sort of understand the choice that's been made. He can't understand how his partner could have chosen this man when it doesn't seem like there's anything outside of physical attraction. And even the words that they said to one another, you could tell that they were reaching. I think what happened with JR is he decided to put his sexual fantasy above everything else, and he decided to put clout, and he decided to put drama, and he knew he could get all that plus airtime. He knew he could get that all with Sandy. He knew with Aria there would be a boring couple. It would just be plain sailing, and so there would be nothing for the producers to work with. And so he did a strategic move, in my opinion. Next up is Vanessa and Nick. Vanessa and Nick pick each other. Is anyone surprised? No. They are the people that I feel, if there are people to leave the experiment as a couple, it's Caleb and Aria, and Vanessa and Nick. They are the two couples that I would think would choose each other and sort of walk right off into the sunset, because they are so aligned that it makes sense that they'll choose one another. It would actually be shocking, the fact that they wouldn't choose one another. So I'm not surprised, because they both issued the ultimatum. They had this emotional connection. They both appreciate one another. They're both very complimentary about each other, which at times makes their partners feel some type of way. But I think even Vanessa's face, you could tell she could see that something was there. Something was there, but she didn't know what. So Aria chooses Caleb. Am I sad about that? No, I am not. I will say that. I'm not sad about her choosing Caleb, because at the end of the day, I think he's the better match for her. I think he will give her what she needs. He showed it by being there for her when she was at the lowest point and lifting her up and sort of standing beside her and encouraging her to keep going. So there is no other person who would have been better for her. JR was just putting on a performance. He was asked to have a second option, and in my opinion, sadly, Ari is the person that he chose to use. Caleb seemed very pleased with her speech, and he agreed to couple with her. I think they will help each other grow. They will show each other qualities that their partners don't bring to the table, that they will love and want to sort of look for in a future partner. Do I see them settling down with their partners? I don't know. Maybe Caleb, but I don't think Scotty is it for Aria. That's just my opinion. Anyway, everybody walks out with their new couples, and it's quite a collective to see, because at the end of the day, you have Scotty. He lives with Zaina. What do I think? I'm not surprised. Even his partner was not surprised, Ari, because at the end of the day, he did say Zaina sort of sees him. And it's like, how much more seeing you do you want from her? She's done her best. What else do you want her to do? I don't get it. You had Micah, he walked out with Mariah. Dave walked out with Chanel. They were really cute. And you had Ari walk out with Caleb. And Nick walked out with Vanessa, and JR walked out with Sandy. And so some of these couples are people sort of trying to sort of be with the person that they've always dreamed of being with, and now they finally have the opportunity to be with that person, so they're going to do everything in their power to sort of enjoy themselves. Nick and Vanessa are the first ones shown. They're sort of settling into their apartment, obviously discussing the choice and how they feel about the choices that they made. They're going to be happy either way with the choice they made, because this is the person that they wanted, so they're going to be ecstatic. The only problem is, obviously, Sandy saying she was crying because it was a very emotional event, and Nick is sort of asking her, well, you didn't even look at me, and she's like, well, I couldn't look at you because my partner was there. It would have been very uncomfortable. And it's like, why were you afraid to sort of look at him unless you were having unholy thoughts? Were you sort of having thoughts that are inappropriate? Is that why you didn't want to look at him? Because if it's an innocent look, then there's nothing wrong with it, unless you're having feelings and you're becoming emotionally attached to someone and just sort of on the way to exploring a romantic connection, and then guilt stops you from looking at the other person. J.R. and Sandy are already looking at the producers like, when are you leaving? Can you leave? Can you leave? Because how does their conversation start off in the bedroom? Everybody else is sitting in the living room. They're having their conversations in the living room, and the two of them are already in the bedroom having conversations, and it's like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. The two of you haven't even sat down and sort of had ground rules of how you're going to function in this relationship, and already you're in the bedroom. Yeah, they spoke about, where do you want me to sleep? Do you mind if I sleep on the bed? They already knew they were sharing the bed. So please, let's stop looking at us and treating everybody else like idiots, because we already know you are going to share the bed. So it's nothing new. They speak about the fact that, he's never dated white women and blah, blah. And it's like, that's the reason why he chose you, Sadie. That's the reason why he chose you. And for him to say they've always been attracted to me, but I've never been attracted to them, says who? Says who? Maybe you've been attracted to some and they haven't really liked you, so this is your opportunity. Don't try and make it seem like you're above everybody else. I didn't like it. And I think this is why her partner is very upset, because at the end of the day, he says J.R. is a jackass. And I agree, J.R. is a jackass. He hasn't done anything that shows me that he's in the experiment for the right reasons. Nothing he's done or said shows me that he's there for the right reasons. If he was there for the right reasons, he would have gone with Aria, but he knew he wanted to get a taste of Sandy, and that's why he's gone with Sandy, as far as I'm concerned. You have Chanel sit down with Dave for a chat. She's changed into comfortable clothes, and they're just talking about, the choice and what happened during the choice. And you have Dave feeling some type of way because apparently Nick picked up the ring. I didn't realize that it was an option that you could either choose to take it or not. So I thought they were compulsory for you to take them off the table. And so Dave is feeling some type of way because he doesn't know Nick's motive or his intention behind taking the ring. And this is what I love about this connection or this couple, because Chanel was able to sort of make him understand that at the end of the day, he cannot control anyone. He cannot control his partner. He cannot control Nick. All he can do is control himself, and whatever's meant to be will be. They discussed the fact that they both considered leaving the experiment, and they're saying if you didn't consider leaving the experiment, then there's something wrong with you. And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, then there's definitely something wrong with this young man J.R., because J.R., I don't think he would have left the experiment. I think he would have stayed. They would have had to drag him out in order for him to leave that place, because as far as he's concerned, he was going to go with Sandy, come hell, come high water. It's interesting how Scott is working overtime to impress his new partner. I'm just going to say it. He is working overtime to impress his partner, because the way he's speaking to Zaina, I think if he had spoken to his partner that way, she would have married him. The fact that he says, I haven't felt seen. Everyone keeps repeating this line, I haven't felt seen. And it's like, are the producers asking everyone to make sure you state that you are feeling seen by your new partner? What is it? I don't get it. Aria seems like a great girl. I know we are only meeting her representative. I know she could have a different side to her. I don't get what he is not sort of happy about. She seems like she's independent. She seems like she's someone who's been let down a couple of times in life. So she's decided to always make sure that she's always got a backup, and she always stands up for herself and looks out for herself. So I don't know whether that's the reason why he feels some type of way, or whether it's just, I can't quite put my finger on it. I can't quite put my finger on it. The fact that you have Zaina constantly asking him for hugs, it's like Zaina and JR, I don't think came to the experiment because they really wanted to sort of work on their relationship. I think there are two people who wanted to be on TV and saw this as an opportunity to be on TV and used a broken relationship as an excuse to come to the experiment, because everything they've done throughout, everything they've said, I am not buying, and I really feel sorry for the people that they're coupled up with, because it seems like they're prepared to go all out. You have, them get ready for bed and they are going to share the same bed. There was no negotiation of saying, oh no, I don't want you to share the bed or anything. No, they jumped into bed like it was any other day. And you have Ari busy saying to Caleb, if I hear that, Scotty shared the bed with Zaina on the first day, I'll be very upset. And it's like, well, prepared to be upset, young lady, because he is jumping into that bed like Superman. He is very excited. He's got a big grin on his face, so he's not bothered about how you feel. He's going to make the most of this, because Zaina is saying she's not going to contact JR. She's going to make the most of the experiment and focus on her trial husband for now and sort of disengage from JR. And it's like there was never anything there with JR, so why would she be bothered if she doesn't talk to him for days? That's the impression that I'm getting. There was never anything there, so she shouldn't be bothered if they don't talk for days. She will be fine. He will be fine himself. You have Vanessa and Nick sort of having a conversation. Nick is falling in love with Vanessa. That's the impression that I get. He is falling in love with Vanessa. The fact that he says, I like how you speak to me and I like the words that come out of your face. And it's like, seriously, what are we trying to say? What are we trying to do? I think he's realized that there is a strong possibility that his partner is going to betray him with JR. So he might as well just, enjoy his time and sort of make the most. And if he gets a new girlfriend, amazing. If he doesn't, amazing. But I think he's already checked out from his connection, because he knows that things are about to go left, because JR is going to be very disrespectful and is going to show out. So I think this is why he's sort of preparing himself for that, and this is why he's decided to fully invest himself in his connection with Zaina. I don't even know why the producers were wasting their time with JR and Sandy. JR and Sandy wanted to do the deed. They were just waiting for them to leave, because they were talking about everything and nothing at the same time. They spoke about their names. What does JR stand for? And then Sandy, what does it stand for? And that was it. And they were already in bed being very cuddly. They tried not to be cuddly, but you could tell that something was happening under the duvet. And it's like, these people are not here for the right reasons. These people are just here to have an amazing time. And that's it, nothing else. So you're wasting your time if you think they're here to sort of grow. They're here to sort of try something different. They spoke about the fact that they would never have approached each other in public because they wouldn't think they would align, but they do. And it's like, nah, you're showing that all that's there is physical intimacy and a physical connection. So don't lie to us and try and make us believe otherwise. You then have Chanel around 3 o'clock texting to Micah, and she leaves her apartment. Micah leaves his apartment, and their partners are sort of confused as to what's going on, because, she says, I want to clear my head. And you have, her partner Dave just say, okay, text me, because obviously he's worried. He promised that he would look after her, and it's like, this is not a good look. I think they should have told their partners where they were going. She didn't come back until 8 o'clock in the morning, and that's a long time. I would have rung the producers. I think this is why they have cameras in the apartment, so that they can check on what's going on and they can have footage if anything goes wrong or any allegations are made. So I didn't like that. That was a bad look. In the morning, you have JR sort of saying he had a good sleep. He enjoyed his time with Sandy. They had a very good night's sleep. And it's like, well, I know over time we're going to see what the two of you get up to. Something is going on in your bedroom, and we can't wait to hear what's happening. Everybody else is getting ready. They're sort of making breakfast. And it was really cute to see. I really love Caleb. I think he comes across as a very quiet soul. So the way he was already preparing breakfast for, Aria was amazing. And I hope Aria doesn't take advantage of him doing all these nice things for her, and she also goes out of her way to make him feel special, because he really has been trying. You have Scotty being served breakfast by Zaina. Surprise? No, she's trying to put her best foot forward. I think she really sees a future with this man, and so she's going to do everything within her power to win him. So you have Vanessa and Nick having a conversation. Nick is devastated. He went to get himself a coffee, and he must have gone to check in on his partner, because he knows she's with a crazy person. He's already said, I don't trust, JR. And so for her to reveal that they kissed, it's like, seriously, why? Why were you kissing? This is why you should have slept in separate beds. But the two of you decided to move mad. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did more than that. I know the producers will be keeping footage. I know they have recordings of the bedroom, so they will be keeping that. And at some point, they're going to play it. And then everyone is going to see, because I don't think it just ended with kisses. I think there was more to it. Maybe they might not have gone the whole way, but I would assume they had a drive-by. And it's really sad for this man, because he was thinking of marrying her. And it's like, you're not serious. You're not serious. If you're serious about getting married, maybe you should have gone to Love is Blind, or maybe even Married at First Sight. But this girl is not it. She's still for the streets. I rarely say that about people, but this one is still for the streets. And sorry for her, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 2. Bye guys.